Alright guys, so let's look at part A. So it says, what are the factors of 4 that add to 5? Factors of 4 that add to 5. So you guys have kind of been doing these on your warm-ups, right? Factors of 4 that add to 5? Yeah. Alright, so what are my factors of 4?
2.
Good, 2 and 2. And what else? Good, 1 and 4. What if I told you that I had 2 more?
1 and negative 4.
You're really close.
Negative 1 and negative 4.
There you go, negative 1 and negative 4.
Negative 2 and negative 2.
Awesome, negative 2 and negative 2. So all of those multiplied together would give me that positive 4 that I'm looking for. Alright, so we did the factors of 4. Now I need to figure out which ones add to 5. So can anyone find one that adds to 5? Good, 1 and 4. So a little note that you want to kind of think about, they have to come in pairs, okay? So I can't pick like a 4 and then a 2 because those are not the pairs, right? Do you guys kind of see what I'm talking about? Oh. Alright, so I have my 4 here and my 2 over here, so I cannot multiply those together, right? I have to have pairs that multiply to 4. Okay? Alright, awesome. So we figured that out. Alright, let's move down here, okay? So I have this polynomial, x squared plus 5x plus 4. What do you notice about this 4 and then what you're asked to find up here? Yeah, so basically we are going to use what we already know to factor this polynomial down here. So the way that we do that is we first need to identify our a value, our b value, and our c value. Okay, so in order to do this, I need you to tell me what the coefficient of x squared would be. The coefficient of x squared in that polynomial. What would it be? Good, 1. Okay, so now that I know that, I can kind of figure out my a value, my b value, and my c value. So if I told you that my a value was 1, what do you think my b value is?
2.
4. It's not 4. Alright, it's 5, yeah.
Can we move that up? Because I can't go like see over here and Betsy.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Can we not use neon green?
Yep.
No, I can't see it.
Everyone's a critic.
You guys are so picky. Alright. How about blue? Alright, so A. So somebody said 5 is my B value, and I agree. So 5 is your B value, which makes 4 my C value. Good. Alright, so we found the factors, or we found the multiples of which value?
B.
Not B. C, right? We found the multiples of C. So I want you to make a little multiply sign by your C. Alright? And we added to which value? Good, that 5 or that B value. So next to B, I want you to write a plus sign. So you remember you need the multiples of your C value that add to your B value. Okay? So if we're going to factor this problem, I'm going to start by putting my binomials. Okay? And I'm going to put an X out front in each of them because that is my letter or my variable in this problem. Okay? And you told me already that in order to get this 4 to add to 5, I needed to use my 1 and my 4. Okay? So I'm going to write x plus 1 and x plus 4. How did I get plus signs? How did I get those plus signs? Why aren't they minus? Yeah, because my factors that I found up here, my 1 and my 4, were both positive. So that's how I got plus signs. Okay? So that is how I would factor that polynomial. Alright? I want to show you something kind of cool, though. It's pretty cool. Alright, so if I have x plus 4 and x plus 1, I want you to go ahead with your table and multiply those two binomials together. Go ahead and multiply them together. What'd you guys notice about the red x squared plus 5x plus 4? It's the same thing, right, as this right here. So factoring and multiplication is what? They're kind of like opposites of each other, right? So if I do one, I'm going to do the opposite of the other, okay? So when you're factoring and you're getting these answers, you can always check your work by doing multiplication, what you already know how to do, which is pretty awesome, right? All right, let's try another one. Why is this moving? What in the world? Do you see this?
Yeah, pause.
Okay, so I need the factors of 12 now. So what are my factors of 12? Lennon? What are my factors of 12?
-4, -2.
Negative what?
-4, -3.
Okay, -4, -3. Guys, we really need to be on task.
I can't see. With the sun right there.
I'll close it.
All right, so -4 and -3. What else?
I think I should just move to Andrew's.
-4 and -3. What else?
12 and 1.
Good, 12 and 1. Which means I can have a -12 and a -1. +4 and +3. Anything else? Good, 6 and 2. All right. Do you guys see any of these factors yet that would give me a, that would add to -7? Which one?
-4, -3.
Good, -4 and -3.
That's for sure.
Okay, -4 and -3. Okay, so knowing that, how do I set up my answer here? What would I do? Good, I have an x -4, right? And I have an x -3, correct? Okay, boom.
She pointed here. I'm not noticing Miss Fisher.
All right. So this little algebra piece at the bottom just already tells you what we've been talking about, where we add with our b and multiply with our c. Okay, so we can just move down to the next one. Okay. All right, guys. So let's look at number 1. Are we here? Okay. So let's first identify our values, a, b, and c. What's my a value? What is it? It's not c to the second. I know it may seem like it, but remember our a, b, and c values have to be numbers. Nope. I heard somebody say it. What is it? 1. It is my coefficient in front of my c. All right. What would my b be? b. Good. 8. And finally, my c would be 7. Good. What operation do I need to do for c? Good. What operation do I need to do for b? Awesome. All right, so if I have 7, what are my factors of 7? Good, 1 and 7. Good, -1 and -7. Do either of those add together to give me my 8? Good, 1 and 7. Okay. So now if I want to write this, I would start with my variable, which in this instance is what variable?
C.
Good, C. And how do I know if it's plus or minus?
If they're positive or negative.
Good, so I look over here and look at my factors. If they're plus, I put plus. So in this case, I'd have C plus 1, C plus 7. And remember, if you multiply those through, you can check your work, and you should get back out this polynomial right here. Okay, go ahead and work on 2 through 6 with your tables, 2 through 6. Okay, all right, so what is my A value here?
1.
Good, 1. It's my A. What's my B value? Awesome. And my C value?
18.
Good. What operation do I need for my C value? Good, multiplication. And for my B value?
Addition.
Awesome. All right, what are my factors of 18? Factors of 18. 9 and 2. 1 and 18. Okay, anybody think of any more?
3 and 6.
3 and 6. All right, and then of course we have the, yeah, we have the negatives of all of them. I'm going to put plus or minus just to. make it easier. All right, plus or minus. All right, do any of those added together give me 11 because I need an add for my b?
2 and 9.
Good, 2 and 9. And do I need them positive or negative?
Positive.
Good, positive. So I'd write my plus 9 and my plus 2. Okay? And what is my variable? Good, x. So I have x plus 9, x plus 2. And that is my final answer. Okay? Let's do number 6. Number 6. Okay? If I do number 6, my a value is still that 1. My b value is 10. Good. My operation for b is... My operation for b, good, addition. My c value operation would then be multiplication. Okay, what are my factors of 9? Good, 9, 1, 3, and 3, right? Do I need a positive or a negative? Positive, how do you know? Good, I need to pay attention to this sign right here, what I'm adding to. So I need to add to my 10. Awesome. Okay, so I'd get my 9 and my 1. Okay, so I'd have u plus 9 and u plus 1. That would be my answer.
Can they be in any order, like u plus 9 ahead of the u plus 1?
Yeah, that's a great question. So what do you guys think? Can I write this? Would this be the same answer? Can I write u plus 1 and then u plus 9? Why? Good, so if I were to multiply those out either way, I would get the same exact answer. That's a really good question. So you can write them in any order. Yeah, Devin? The property where you can write it in either order? Commutative. Awesome. All right, how are we feeling? 3, 2, 1. Where are we at? 3, 2, or 1? I'm not seeing a 3, a 2, and a 1 from everybody. 3, 2, 1. All right.
What 11 and 10? I had to tell you to divide.
All right, let's move down to this next section here. Greatest common factor. All right, so the greatest common factor is the largest coefficient, variable, and exponent that is common with every term in the set. I want you guys to highlight every term. Okay, that every term is really, really, really important. Okay, let's look at an example. Okay, so what is something that is common with every term here? 5a cubed minus 10a squared plus 25.
They're in like the 5 category.
Yeah, so I can take out a 5 of all of them. Okay, guys, I'll wait till you're quiet. We need to be focused, please. All right, so I can take out a 5 of all of them. Good. What else can I take out? Can I take out anything else? A what? A 1. Okay, so if I multiply 5 times 1, that would still give me 5, right? So I'm just going to leave 5. Okay, anything else? Something that's in common with every term. Talk with your table for 10 seconds. What's common in every term?
1.
Think about things other than numbers. Oh, there's an A in every term. Aha, there it is. All right, so there's an A in every term, right? Because I have an A cubed, an A squared, and then just an A to the 1, right? Okay, so if I think about taking out a 5A out of every term, that would be what kind of an operation? Dividing, good. So I want to think about dividing each term by 5A. Okay, guys, we need to cut the talking. I've asked you 3 times now, okay? We're done talking. We need to pay attention. Thank you. All right, so if I divide a 5A out of every term, 5A cubed divided by 5A, those exponent rules are coming back. What would that be? a to the second. Good, because if I have 3 a's on top, 1 a on the bottom, and I cancel them, that would leave me 2 a's left on the top. Good. All right, what about my middle term? Negative 10a squared over 5a. Good, negative 2a. And finally, 25a over 5a. Good, plus 5. Plus 5. Okay, what do you notice about this section right here? Yeah, it matches what we were just kind of doing. So let's try and factor it, okay? So I need to multiply to which number?
2A.
That negative 2 would be what value, A, B, or C?
B.
B, and I need to, what operation to be?
Add.
Good, add, which makes 5 my,
C.
which I need to multiply. So I need which factors? Factors of what number? 5, good. What are my factors of 5? 1 and 5, negative 1, negative 5. Can I add either of those to get to negative 2? No, it's impossible, right? So I cannot simplify this answer anymore. So my answer would simply be, I need to make sure that I keep this, you have to keep the 5 out here, the 5a, and so this right here would be my answer. 5a times that trinomial right there is my answer. Okay? Does everybody understand why we couldn't simplify that? Okay. All right, let's try another one. Let's look at number 2. Okay, what's the biggest thing that I can take out? Good, a 6. Anything else? An H. So remember, if I take out a 6, I can't also take out a 2, right? Because 6 is bigger. So you want the biggest number that you can take out. Okay. Can I take out anything else? Nope. All right. So let's think about dividing each term by 6h. All right. If I do that, what would I get for my first term? Awesome. H squared. Second term? Awesome. 2h. And last term? Good. Minus 3. Okay? All right, so I need the factors of which number?
3.
Good. What type of 3? Awesome. Negative 3. How do I get a negative by multiplying two numbers together? Good. One has to be positive and one has to be negative. So negative 1 and 3 would work. What else would work? Good. Negative 3 and 1. All right, which one do I need in this case? How'd you get 3 and negative 1? Good, they add together to get 2. That's the important part. You need to make sure that they add together to get that number that you want. Okay, so I'd have h minus 1, h plus 3, right? Is that my final answer? Why not? Good, I forgot to multiply by my 6h, which is super duper important. So this right here would be my final answer. Okay? All right, one more thing I want to do with you before I turn you loose. Get some scratch paper off to the side. And I want you to write factoring checklist. I'm just going to write factor check, but you know what that means. All right, so when I am factoring, what is the first thing I should look for? Good, a GCF. All right, if I have a GCF, what's the second thing I need to do? If I have a GCF, what's that second thing I need to do with it? You're close. There's a step before that. So let's look what we did. So I figured out my GCF, right? And then what did I do up here? Good, I need to divide by that GCF. Good. So 2, if yes to number 1, divide by GCF. Okay? All right. For number 3, somebody already said it. I need to, what do I need to do if I figured out my GCF?
Figure out A, B, and C.
Good. Figure out my A, B, and my C. Okay. And actually, I'm going to write this a different way. So I need to do what operation to my B value? Good, addition, and my C value is my multiply. Okay? All right, after I figure that out, I need to simplify. And then, don't forget your GCF if you have one. So if you have a GCF, don't forget to write it out front. Okay, how are we feeling on the GCF part? 3, 2, 1. All right, go ahead and work on 3 and 4 together. And then if you get done with that, you can start working on prep.